Hi gorgeous, welcome to Eringy. I'm Erin and this is Teddy. Today we're going to be looking at certain exercises or certain drills to ensure that your wrists stay nice and healthy and happy as you continue with your yoga practice. Because there are some poses that we do fairly often, like downward facing dog or plank pose or even chaturanga, and we are putting a lot of pressure through our wrists. And the structural integrity isn't always at its most optimum. So these drills I'm about to share with you will ensure that these beautiful, beautiful pivotal points in our hands can stay nice and healthy. So roll out your mat and let's get started. Okay, so come into an easy seated position, and the first thing you're going to do is just take hold of your opposite wrist and just squeeze. So you're not doing it too hard, but you're just letting it know that this is what we're going to be working on throughout our time together. So just all around, just really try and get in there. Get in there with the hand. It's almost like giving it a bit of a little mini massage, isn't it? It's amazing how much the wrist can withstand, particularly when we're doing yoga. And it can be quite easy to forget that, you know, how much is needed from it when we do certain poses. So this is really, really beneficial. Keep these wrists nice and healthy and strong. So do the other one now. And just give it a nice gentle squeeze. And we're just kind of warming it up a little bit. Okay, so the next part of our exercise together is we're going to be doing some simple wrist circles. So come onto all fours in tabletop position. Keeping those knees hip distance apart. Wrists beneath the shoulders. Okay, and it's very, very simple. So you're going to be grounding down through all four corners of the hands. All your fingertips should be nice and grounded also onto the mat. And you're just going to start to roll, creating little circles, imaginary circles with your arms, and your wrists are basically the tip of the drawing, I guess, if you want to call it that. So little circles around, really getting into the joints of the wrist. So you don't have to do this too quickly. But as you're doing it, just try and make those circles bigger and bigger. Awesome, you're doing really well. Okay, let's switch to the other side. So start by drawing small circles to begin with, and then gradually making them bigger and bigger. So every other part of the body is fairly neutral, like the neck. You're not really, you're not doing any of these ones. It's all about the wrists today. All right, so the next exercise that we're going to do is just rotating the wrists forward and backwards. So start with the left wrist, turn the hand around so that the fingertips are now pointing your left knee, and do the same with the right hand as well. So you're basically just pressing into your mat, pressing down through the palm and just changing direction. So this might feel really unusual when your fingertips are facing your knees, because it's not a direction that we're used to doing, is it? So if it feels a little strange, that's okay. But if it's hurting, then yeah, I recommend that you stop doing this. Okay, so from here, now that you've got a bit of heat now in your wrists, turn them so that the fingertips are pointing your knees again. And what you're going to be doing is just basically sending your hips back nice and gently behind you so that you are stretching out the front of the wrist. And you can rock forwards and backwards just very, very gently. No need to push this. Forwards and backwards. A nice dynamic movement here. And if you like, you can go forward just a touch and then back again. But again, don't go too much with this, okay? And we've still got to be very, very gentle with the wrists, that's for sure. Okay, so coming back to neutral, turning your palms the normal way. Let's go sit down on our heels. Oh, excuse me. And just sort of come back to that massage, that nice, gentle massage, if you like, just to sort of re-establish more blood flow. Create some really good circulation here. All right, so we're going to move on to our next exercise. So this one's called a knuckle push-up. So again, back into tabletop position. And it's a very simple one, this one. So you're going to lift your palms up, both hands are going to lift the palms up, but you're going to maintain contact. Your fingers are going to maintain contact with the mat. Okay, so it's like you're doing a push up, like so, and then back down again. Okay, so this particular exercise is strengthening the wrists and the forearms at the same time. So we're going to do this 10 times. So we've done 4 so far. 5, 6. I'm not sure if it's helpful to count. Some people actually like to do this in plank position. That's a more of an advanced technique, and I won't show you because I can't actually do it. But yes, it's pretty much you go into plank and then you'd be lifting, which I can't, but lifting your palms up. So it's pretty crazy. And if you can do it, fantastic. But even if you can't, don't worry about it because you're still getting the same benefit just by doing it like that. So it's not an issue. So we have one more to go. So this one does look a little unusual, but it's very, very effective. Back into tabletop position. What you're going to be doing is you're going to be making almost like a fist, okay? And this part of your hand, the top part of your hand, is going to rest down onto the mat, just like this, okay? So it's going to rest onto the mat, same with the other side. Okay, just like so. Ensuring that your shoulders are in line with the wrists as well. So making sure that they're stacked. And then from here, you're going to bring your chest down. So to do that, you bend your elbows, bringing your chest down and then coming back up. Now, if you'd like to make this a little bit more challenging, you can bring them a little bit further away and do it like that, because that essentially is putting a little bit more of your upper body weight through the wrists. And if doing it like this, where it's stacked beneath your shoulders, if you're feeling that that is a little bit challenging, you can actually bring them even closer to your knees if that's more comfortable, and you can do it that way. Okay, so at least there's options. We always like some options, don't we? Okay, so let's try this for 10, I think 10 times. Yep. So bringing that chest nice and close to the mat and back up. You don't have to go all the way though. This is definitely a strength builder for the wrist, this particular one. I have lost count of how many we've done. I'm not sure. I think we might be halfway. So let's do 5 more. Your wrists are going to love you as you do this. And I encourage you to do this quite regularly. I think we've got 1 more to go. Ready? Down we go. And back up. Awesome. Okay. So coming back onto your heels. How are you feeling? Just give those wrists a shake. So yeah, so come back to these exercises anytime you feel that you need it. If you feel that you've been doing some poses quite regularly, like I was saying before, downward facing dog, plank pose, chaturanga, those sorts of things. If you feel like you are doing those quite often, this particular drill is really, really helpful to keep those wrists nice and healthy. So let me know how you go in the comments below. And yeah, I will catch you very soon. Namaste.